Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum Classic. Today we saw quite some significant upside, quite a lot of volume. It is basically a chart that looks similar to the ETH chart, just a little bit more pumped. Yeah, because since the low here on the 18th of June, we see that Ethereum Classic performed over 200%, 250% to the high, which is, I believe, roughly twice as much as Ethereum has done. So it is a lower market cap crypto, and there are people who say that whatever ETH does, Ethereum Classic is doing as well at the moment, just with more volatility, and at the moment it looks like that. Also here we obviously have the situation that we are basically forming a very similar wave pattern as ETH does, with the exception that I think here we have a very clear wave A already done, wave B already done, and we could even say the wave C is done. Now we don't know that for sure. The problem we have with this wave count, with the Elliott wave count, is that we have not reached the ideal targets for this wave C. So if we assume, and that would be my primary assumption here, that we've done the wave 1, we've done a wave 2, done a wave 3, done a wave 4, done a wave 5. That makes the ETH chart one of the Ethereum Classic chart one of the strongest ones. Since then, we've also seen a nice corrective wave pattern to the downside. So we have retraced overall. We can take a look at that as well. We've retraced around, 38.2%, between 38.2 and 50%. So this is the area where you would normally expect a wave 2 to finish. That's fine. That's why I've got my target area here. The reversal area, we already came into that once here. We reacted to it. It just again shows how relevant the Fibonacci levels are. In this case here, it was a 38.2% Fib level that was on the 2nd of August. And now we've come into that area again and we're hovering in this area. But now we've actually left it today. So this is first of all a good sign, a bullish signal. It could very well be that we've already done the wave A now, we've done the wave B, and we've done the wave C, because the wave C already consisted of 5 waves. As we mentioned in the last videos, be on high alert that this could be over at any point in time, this correction to the downside. Why? Because we can count 5 waves down in wave C. It is valid. It's a valid impulse to the downside in a wave C. Yeah, a wave C is a 5-wave move. So we could count 5 waves as complete, which means not necessarily we have to go up from here, but it means that the requirements for this wave C are complete. Yeah. Of course, we could say, and this is what we never know, it's all probabilities in these markets, it could be that we have now only seen the low of the wave A. Yeah. Now, don't get confused, but anybody who's following me with Ethereum will know what I'm talking about, because the ETH chart basically says we have only now come down in a wave A and we are in a wave B. So it could, without a problem, become something like this. A wave A can be 3 waves. The wave B is unfolding now in 3 waves, and the wave C down will still be following. Now let me highlight that in yellow on this chart. A, B, C. This is something that I cannot rule out. And I would not dismiss this as well, because the reason for that is that a wave A can, as I said, it can be a 3-wave move, which we had here, an ABC in itself. Then we can say the wave B now could also be a 3-wave move. It should though come up quite high, because if the wave A is a 3-wave move, the wave B would normally come up quite high. Yeah, because it would be a flat pattern. Normally the wave B in a flat pattern moves quite high, and then we would come down once more in a C. This is what we can't rule out. The reason I'm bringing this up is because we have not reached the 50% Fib level, which would be ideal. On the other hand, I told you that short-term upside is possible as soon as we break above the descending trend line. Now, there will be people who look for the reasons why we had the pump today. I don't know if there were any fundamental reasons. I'm a technical analyst, but I think this was spot on. As soon as we broke this trend line, there was a huge pump. Okay, that is why I showed you this trend line. Anybody who watched this trend line saw a breakout above that, bought in maybe, I don't know, I can't be here 24 hours. Yeah, it was a 10% move up, wasn't it? from the break of the trend line to here, maybe even more than that. Yeah, 14%. Of course, in practice, this is very difficult to trade, but you know, if you're a day trader, you could have made some money with this, obviously by looking at the trend line, so seeing the breakout. Now, in reality, this happened very fast. So let's take a look at a 15-minute chart. There wasn't even a retest. So a lot of people won't have taken that trade. But at the moment, it's holding quite nicely. Yeah, it's holding quite nicely. And just this one pump has only retraced back to the 23.6% fib level. That is so far quite bullish. Wouldn't be surprised if we come down maybe to the 38.2 now, and we could continue from there. This move up though has nearly no structure, which for me, again, could be an indication that we're not in a sustainable breakout yet. But again, you'd never know that. We've come into this area. This is generally an area where accumulation can take place, and then profits can be taken in the next move up. So my take on this, anybody who bought in here could now take profits in the move up, because I think we might see that additional wave C down, but we might not. Yeah. Therefore, this is always the accumulation area, these reversal areas, ideally, and that's how I do it. Now, I don't really trade Ethereum Classic, but you know, it is you could buy here. You know, you could buy here, and you could have a buy order here. So basically splitting the buy orders. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. That's one way of how you can trade these things. Yeah, splitting up different buy orders in this area, and then of course, you know, if you move up from there, taking some profits along the way. Not necessarily trying to time the absolute highest high, but you could also just stay. You know, the trend is your friend until the end. So if we're now here doing a pump. Yeah, and you can establish an uptrend. For example, you use the moving average like this one. If you're staying above the moving average, you could consider it being in an uptrend. Yeah, so let's say someone had a limit order set above this trend line, bought in. Yeah, would probably maybe take some profits already now because a quick 14% or something, not bad. Or just tries to stay within the trend. You know, as long as we are above the 50-day moving average, could be likely that we continue to move higher. Yeah, so this is how you can play this sort of, you know. Because we never know for sure where we are. So generally my view is that the wave 2 could now have finished. This would now actually be, I mean, this would now be the assumption reasonably. Because we've done the wave A, we've done the wave B, we've done the wave C, at least you can count it like that. So reasonably we have to expect the wave 2 is finished because all the requirements have been fulfilled. Yes, we haven't reached the ideal targets. That's a bit of a flaw. But because we have left the area quite impulsively, even though we only have 3 waves now, yeah, but at the moment you could call this quite impulsive. We can now expect that we are already in the wave 3. Now, still need to be on the side of caution, of course, yeah. That is why now I wouldn't buy in anymore, personally. Yeah, this is the accumulation area for me, always, yeah. Not after a 14% pump. Especially as we are now just below resistance. So this is the next resistance. You can see it here, the 23.6% fib level at $38 and the wave 4 high. Now, breaking above this level, retesting it would be another entry point in my opinion for a short-term trade. Yeah. So at the moment, we can assume wave 2 is over while staying on the side of or remaining on the side of caution. The thing is, if you lose the previous swing low again, so if we come down below $31.70, which is the previous swing low, that would be a strong indication that this was just a fake out and that we will come down deeper into the green area. For now, it's looking good, but we obviously now need to hold that previous swing low, which is at 31.64, 31.65 in that area. Now, if we are now moving in the wave 3 to the upside, so we had the wave 1 here, the wave 2 here, and we're now in the wave 3. Maybe of the wave 3, we've already done the 1, the 2 of the first subwave. Yeah, this might be the wave 3 of the first subwave. Then obviously, yeah, we need to break next above that, what did I say, roughly $38 level. And then the next target for the bulls will be the break above the high here at around $46. A move above this level would be very bullish. Yeah, a substantial move above this level. And overall, I remain here fairly bullish on Ethereum Classic as long as we stay generally, and that means generally, yeah, as long as we stay generally above the $23 level. So let's say this is a fake and we come down once more, which is not a problem as long as we stay in the green area. But if we drop below $23, then this for me would indicate that all of this was just a fake out, yeah, and that we will probably see lower lows. What is often likely that in a wave 2, when you had a very strong wave 5 and the previous wave 1, like this one, that you often come back to the previous wave 4 low. If we break below this though, substantially, for me, I'd be very much on the side of caution and would be in favor of a rather bearish case here for Ethereum Classic. But as long as we hold it, we can generally focus on higher. And now we broke above a trend line. That is always interesting. But now the bulls need to maintain this momentum, of course. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum Classic. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.